What's up, everybody? My name is Brian, and I am going to do a journal this year of all my NFL picks. I'm just going to do one take in this video, no editing, so I apologize for any awkwardness or whatever. So, last season I had posted all my picks on Twitter, which you can follow at bpink_13. This year I'm doing the same. Also, post my weekly power ratings for the NFL. They're at Twitter as well. So I'm going to run through this week's games and give you my feelings on all the picks for my likes, my leans on the totals and the sides. I typically bet totals on NFL. I don't bet a lot of... I typically bet sides. I don't bet many totals on NFL. So anyway, I'm going to start off with a dab, smoking on some melonbred from First Class Concentrate, grown by Oak Tree. Cheers. Ripping the tune made by Arco Glass with the highly educated Gavel 3 on there. Great glass bar for really affordable price. Check them out if you're into glass. Okay, enough of the intro. Let me jump into the games. I don't want this video to go too long. So tonight we got the Packers and the Bears. The Bears are at home, favored 3 points. -3, -120 for the Bears. I am leaning Packers. Not huge on the Packers this season, but I like the Bears even less. I think, well, last year they had a good season and a good regular season win total. I don't see them winning as many games this year. I was actually really big on their under 9.5 wins. I think the schedule is a bit harder, and I'm not a believer in Mitch Trubisky. So anyways, I like the Packers to win straight up. I did take the 3 points plus 100. Laid at 1.5 units on that for tonight. So happy to see the NFL back and hope to see the Packers win that game. The next game on the list, we got the Vikings and the Falcons. The Vikings are favored by 4 points at home. 47.5 is the total. I lean to the under, and I don't really like anyone. I've been back and forth thinking that Falcons +4 looks like the good side. Cousins has not looked good in the preseason. He didn't look good last year. I'm not really a believer in him. But Minnesota's at home, and that defense is tough. So I just lean to the under on that game. Next game, we got the Eagles favored 10 at home over the Redskins. I think the Redskins are going to have a really bad year, like a lot of people do. Philly looks to be better. Carson Wentz should be healthy. 10 points is big, especially for a division rivalry. I'm going to go ahead and pass on that game. I don't even have a lean there. I think Philly will definitely win, but I don't like the 10 points. I'm actually thinking of taking a 7-point teaser with the Eagles, get them down, or a 7.5-point teaser, get them down to 2.5, and add on Seattle, which will come up later in the list, who's another big favorite that I like this week. Next on the list, we got the Bills and the Jets. This game just dropped from Jets favored 3 at home down to 2.5, with the Jets with the extra juice -120. I love the Bills here. I think they're going to win straight up. I'll take the 2.5 points at +100 for 1.5 units. So I think the Jets are the better team here. Defense looks good. And Sam Darnold's pretty hyped up, but I give the nod to Josh Allen at this point in the career. I think he's the better QB. Next game, we got Baltimore favored at 7.5, -120 in Miami. The Dolphins are my team, but man, it's looking rough. I hate to just side with the big, heavy public favorite, but I gotta do it. I'm gonna take a unit on the Ravens -6.5, -120. I don't know what the mentality for the Dolphins players are going to be after they just kind of got rid of all the good players on the team. It's kind of sad that they decided to do that, but we'll see. Moving on, Bucks and the 49ers. Tampa Bay is favored by 1 at home. And I like Tampa Bay here. I actually got them for the biggest bet of the week, 2 units. I think the Niners are going to be better. Garofalo didn't look good in preseason, but he's a good quarterback. I just think the Bucs are going to be better this year. They are at home. They beat the 49ers last year at home. I think they're going to do it again. I think the Jameis Winston's going to have a better season this year, along with Tampa Bay. So I do like them for 2 units -1. Next game, we got the Jags and Kansas City Chiefs. I actually have a slight lean on the Jags as the home underdog, but I'm just nervous. I think the Chiefs are going to be a force to be reckoned with like they were last year. That offense is just so good. And the Jags, they didn't show us anything in preseason. So while they're expected to be better, they're more healthy on defense than they were last year. Still kind of an unknown. So I would lean to the Jags. But, I lost a lot of money last year betting against the Chiefs, thinking this was their week to lose, and never came around. Chiefs were favored -3, -120 on that game. Moving down the line, we got the Browns. They're favored. Looks like it's 5.5 up to 6 at some places. At home against the Titans, the Browns are hyped up. You got Beckham there now, along with Jarvis Landry and Baker Mayfield to throw to those guys. They're expected to be a much improved team. I'm not totally sold on the Browns just yet. They're still the Browns. I think they have another season to go. Baker's an exciting quarterback, but I think he might have a little bit of a sophomore slump, and there's just a lot of expectation on him, so we'll see. In this game, I like Titans +6 for half a unit, or 5.5, whatever that's at. So the next game we got Rams in Carolina. Rams are favored 2. I'm actually going to pass on this game. I don't even have a lean. I was thinking the Panthers were the pick, but Cam Newton's banged up, so it's just hard to say what's going to go on there. Rams, unsure what Gurley's going to look like. Is he going to look like Gurley of early last season? Or like he did when his knee seemed to really be hurting him at the end of the year last year? Goff just signed a big contract, so he'll be expected to go out there and perform well. Just a hard game to pick. I'm going to pass. Next game, Detroit Lions at Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are a 2.5-point dog, extra juice on the Lions. Another game I'm going to pass on. This is really hard to say with the new coach Kingsbury coming in, along with the rookie quarterback Kyler Murray. Some people expect them to play well possibly, and throw some things out there that defensives aren't used to seeing in the NFL. Other people are predicting the exact opposite. That it's just another running quarterback that's undersized with a coach that hasn't done that well with his performance overall on the college level. So that's a big unknown about Arizona, how the offense is going to look. But I'm going to just pass there. I'm not high on Detroit either this year. I actually have both of those teams' season win totals on the under, despite being a Cardinals fan for NFC teams. All right, moving on. Next game, we got Seahawks favored by 10 at home over the Bengals. I like Joe Mixon, but, Green's out for this game. I don't know how the Bengals are going to be. I don't expect them to do well. I just have a slight lean here with Seattle -10. Like I said earlier, I think I'm going to go with the teaser, either a 7 or 7.5-point teaser, Philly and Seahawks. Moving down the list, we've got Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are 6.5-point favorite. I like the Colts plus the 6.5. I think the Chargers win, but I could just see that being a close game. One going down the wire, possibly decided by a field goal. So Colts plus 6.5 for half unit. Next game, we got Cowboys 7.5, now favored now that Ezekiel signed. Playing at home against the Giants. I think the Giants are going to have a rough season. I'm going to take the Cowboys -7.5 plus 100 for half a unit on that game there. Moving on, we got Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, Sunday Night Football. New England's at home, favored 5.5, while the over/under is 49.5. I like the Steelers plus 5.5 for a unit, and I also like the under 49.5 for a unit. Think that New England's defense played great in the Super Bowl. They looked really good in the preseason when the first team was on the field. So I expect that to be a low-scoring game, and I'll take the points as well. Unit for Pitt, plus points. Unit on the under 49.5. Moving on to Monday night, there's 2 games this first week. Monday night, first game's Texans plus 7 at New Orleans. I'm high on both of these teams this season. I like the 7 points with the Texans. I'm going to take them plus 7 for 1.5 units. And then the last game we have Denver Broncos favored 2.5 at Oakland. Sounds like Antonio Brown's going to be out, suspended in that first game. So, I actually took the Broncos a few weeks back when they were a 2-point dog. It was actually when it first looked like Brown might hold out over the helmet issue. I took them there at 2.5, slight lean on Denver, minus the 2.5, but nothing big now that it's moved that way. Not expecting too much out of either of those teams this year. I think that both are going to be bad, with the Raiders looking to be really bad. So this is the first video. It was really horrible, but I'm going to post it anyway because I got all my picks out there. If you fast forward to the end, just to go through them real quick, I got Packers plus 3 tonight, 1.5 units. Vikings game, lean to the under. Eagles game, pass in there. Bills, like them, plus 2.5 for 1.5 units. Ravens, minus 6.5 for a unit. Bucks, minus 1, favorite pick of the week, minus 1 for 2 units. Lean to the Jags, but no play. Half unit on Titans, plus the 6. Pass on the Rams game, pass on the Cardinals game. Lean to the Seahawks, minus 10. Half unit Colts, plus 6.5 in LA. Unit on the Cowboys, minus 7.5, plus 100. Unit Steelers, plus 5.5. Unit on the Steelers under. And then Monday night, 1.5 units on the Texans, plus 7, and just a lean on the Broncos. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you guys do well this week, and glad to have NFL back. See you guys next time.